Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how I feel about Apex Legends content. I really do find that the content that is actually in Apex Legends right now, it's a giant paywall. It's a paywall to actually get content in the game. And understanding that it is a free-to-play game, kind of looking back at other Respawn games, Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, man, for $60 games, I felt like those games offered a lot more content, a lot more bang for your buck than right now for a free-to-play game that you almost have to spend hundreds to almost $1,000 to actually unlock all the content in the game. And especially as me, as a player that is wanting to unlock all the content, be able to use everything that the game has to offer, it being a free-to-play game and actually hiding the content behind hundreds of dollars of money that actually get all the content in the game is just a one thing for me that is just extremely weird, because just a couple of years ago when Titanfall 2 got released in 2016, it was a $60, $80 game that actually gave you a lot more content than right now in 2019 with Apex Legends. So in today's video, I want to go back to Titanfall 2, show you guys what a $60 game got you with all the different types of things you could actually buy to customize not only your pilot, your weapon, but also your Titan. And then we're going to kind of talk about Apex Legends and what you can customize today with not only just it being a free-to-play game, but also hiding a lot of different things behind the paywall that for some reason is just extraordinarily high. So let's go into Titanfall 2. Now, Titanfall 2 was released back in 2016. It was a $60, it's actually between a $60 to $100 game, depending on what type of Titanfall that you got, whether that being just a base game or maybe the digital deluxe edition. Now, if you got the basic Titanfall 2 game, you actually got a lot of content in the game. Now, not only you got all the Titans, all the pilot abilities, all the weapons that you could actually use in game, but also you actually got a lot of different camos that you could actually not only customize your weapon with, but also customizing your pilot with. And it's just really cool to kind of go through all these different things. Now, in this game, there are cosmetics you can actually buy for your pilot. It is you can pay for it or you don't have to, because I think it's amazing that a $60 game back just a couple of years ago, back 3 years ago, gave a lot more content to the player. Now, some of the content in this game with, talking about camos in this game or skins, some of these things were actually earnable. You actually worked towards and earned a lot of the cosmetics in the game. Some of the basic cosmetics, are, blue, pink, white, black. These are actually cosmetics you earned in the game by just ranking up, by basically just ranking up, your pilot or ranking up your weapon. You got unlocks for these different things for your pilot, your Titan, as well as your weapon. And it's really cool cosmetics. I'm not gonna lie, they were actually pretty nice. And kind of going into different achievements that you got in game, different things from running 100 kilometers, traveling distance, wall running, executions, pilot kills. You got all different types of things where you actually just performing stuff in game unlock stuff for you to be able to play. Now, if we actually get into another thing that Titanfall 2 actually had, which was advocate gifts. So not only could you earn cosmetics in the game that actually customize different things in the game that you actually had to work towards, whether that being pilot kills, executions, how far you actually travel. One thing that Titanfall 2 actually did as well is it gave kind of like loot box-ish type of gifts to you that had different things, from maybe the arena tickets to even credits that you could use in-game to actually buy some of the weapons or pilot abilities that you had not yet unlocked that you could actually permanently unlock with the credits in the game. But also too, with the advocate gifts, that also gave you different camos or different skins for weapons. Now, this would only unlock for certain weapons or camouflages for certain pilots, but as you actually play the game, it continues to give these advocate gifts, and you always have a random roll of what you're going to get. Now, this thing is really good. Like, I have to say, for Titanfall 2, paying the $60 to $100, depending on what different version you got, the fact that you actually get free camouflages and free, different camos and stuff like that for your character as well as your weapon is pretty amazing. Like, you don't really see companies nowadays doing this where it's just a free gift, a free thing that you get to customize your character. And it actually doesn't take a whole lot to earn these. These things are really easy to earn. It is just based off of how much time you put into the game. Now let's talk about some of Titanfall 2's customizations when it comes to what stuff you can actually buy in the game. So first off, we just talked about what Titanfall 2 gives you as just a base player, just paying the $60. Back in 2016, $60, that gave you not only all the Titan ability, or Titans out there, pilot abilities, weapons out there, it also gave you some skins that you could actually work towards. Titanfall 2 also had paid cosmetic items and different changes to Titans that Respawn offered with this. Now, again, these are just paid cosmetics. These things, you don't have to have them. It doesn't change the experience whatsoever, but if you want to, you want to support what Respawn is doing with, the Titanfall 2 game, this was a great way to do it and a great way to actually customize what you are using in-game. Now, I will say this, for a $60 game, back in 2016, I have to say, these camouflages, these weapon camos that are actually that you can pay for in-game are really reasonable back just a couple of years ago. And I have to say, some of these weapon skins are pretty nice. $5 for some of these weapon skins are a pretty decent price. I really wish this was actually the price tag that we had in Apex Legends, but we don't right now. But I have to say, for the cosmetics that are in this game that are worth a buy, $5 and so kind of supporting the artwork and some of the designs that they made in this game are actually pretty reasonable. And it was actually a great thing because they had some sales going on when they first released some of these weapon skins. And again, it was a great way to do it. You didn't have to buy these, but if you wanted to make your weapon look more unique because you saw different camouflage, the weapon skin that you wanted to use, you could do that. Another thing that they actually did was also Titan customization. So you could actually make your Titan look different from its base version. Now again, these things you did not have to buy them. You can actually just play as the regular Titan. However, if you wanted the prime skin of all these different types of Titans, you could do so and just buy it. Now the one thing that was really nice too is they had all different types of sales. So one of the things that actually came out when Titanfall 2 was released was the Angel City's Most Wanted. This was actually the first DLC. If you got the deluxe edition, this is what you got. And it also included the prime skins for Ion and Scorch, 5 nose art, you get different camos as well as call sign banners and patches. These were all included in the deluxe edition, but if you didn't buy that, you only bought the base version, you could buy this later on as a sale of all these different types of cosmetics combined into it. And there was all different types of things from Legion, North Star skins, Monarch. When Monarch came out, there was different changes for Ronin as well as Titan. Or Tone. There was all different types of things that you could actually buy in this game to customize it. However, with a $60 game or $100 game, depending on what version you got, you could actually just use the customizations in the game. And it didn't really feel as scummy as what Apex Legends is doing right now as a free-to-play game. So overall, just before we get into Apex Legends, Titanfall 2 back in 2016 did a really great thing with not only having Titan customization, pilot customization, as well as weapon customization that was just it was all based around the $60 game that you bought. Everything was included in it. Now if you wanted different things, different weapon skins that you wanted to add onto it, you could do so with paying for extra money. However, with the base game, you did not have to do that. One thing I will also cover as well before we jump into Apex Legends is, okay, this is execution. So in Titanfall 2, there was different executions, just similar to what Apex Legends has. Apex Legends has different executions depending on what legend you have. However, with executions in Titanfall 2, this was all included in the game. It didn't matter what type of version of game that you bought. The $60 base game gave you a list of all different types of executions. It first started with 3 or 4, I believe, and as different content, as expansions were coming out, more executions were added. The one thing about it is that with the base executions added in the game, they either cost money, the credits that you actually earned in-game. You didn't have to pay any real-world bucks for this. This came from the in-game credit that you earned during in-game matches. That as you are playing the game at the end of the match, you're rewarded with credits, and you'd use that to buy these executions, or you could get them in the Advocate gifts. Another thing that was added with these executions that were additionally added into the game with the different content that Respawn brought out is that different challenges were offered to actually unlock some of these executions. So one of them is the hole in the wall. Build an A-wall and let the bullets go through. So you're shooting a wingman through the A-wall, and in order to unlock this Execution, all you had to do was get 5 kills using the AWOL. It was simple challenges like that to unlock some of these executions. So to me, really, Titanfall 2 offered a lot of different things in a game that was made 3 years ago. Paying $60 gave you a lot of content for your money that I really don't feel like Apex Legends does right now, and it's just such a disappointment because we had something great a couple of years ago, and right now, currently in 2019, with just a basic BR game, we don't have that. Kind of talking about BR, I mean, hell, Titanfall 2 offered 3 different game modes. One offered 6 months after the game was launched. It offered a single-player campaign where you actually followed Jack Cooper as well as BT, learning the story of Titanfall, learning the lore, building a connection with BT, but also, too, multiplayer was already here that had multiple different game modes in it. You didn't just have to play BR. It offered multiple things, even though BR was not included in Titanfall 2. You had different games from Attrition, Bounty Hunt, Amped Hardpoint, Last Titan Stand, and all these different types of game modes that were in the multiplayer game for $60. Now, I did say a couple of months later, Frontier Defense was added, which again added another layer of different things you could actually do in Titanfall 2. Frontier Defense is a PvE element using the Titans as well as your pilot abilities, fighting against AI opponents, whether that being grunts, Titans, Spectres, Reapers. It was a different thing that gave players another thing to strive for and also play. And again, you know, kind of talking about Twitch and viewership and wanting to watch certain things on Twitch. When it comes to Titanfall 2, there was multiple things that you could actually watch players play, whether that being the campaign, multiplayer, or Frontier Defense. I mean, hell, people still speedrun this game today because it's a great campaign, but also too, it's just another fun thing to watch on Twitch. Now let's go over to Apex Legends and talk about the cosmetics that are in that game. That is just, oh, for me, really, as just an average Joe person, I really do think that some of the cosmetics in Apex Legends, the content in that game is really made for the rich players. Now, Apex Legends was released this year, back in February. It is a free-to-play Battle Royale game that really has just kind of 2 playlists right now, an unranked and a ranked playlist for the Battle Royale. Now, kind of coming from Titanfall 2, because again, I'm a huge fan of Respawn and a huge fan of the Titanfall universe, which is what this Battle Royale game is kind of based off of. I was really hoping to try to unlock all the different content that this game has to offer, just like Titanfall 2 did. However, with this game, with it being a free-to-play game, you are looking at close to hundreds to almost $1,000 to be able to unlock all the content that this game has to offer. And I kind of refer to this game kind of as a rich man's game. And nothing against people that have money. If you've earned it and everything, I have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. But as an average Joe person, as an average Joe job, I'm a firefighter, make a decent wage to not only take care of myself, my family, and the house and whatnot. Really, I don't have any money whatsoever to spend more in this game. I really kind of look back at Titanfall 2 as a $60 game that offered a lot more than a free-to-play game has to offer for somebody that's also just, you know, part of the universe, part of the Titanfall universe, to kind of come over to this game going, what in the world is kind of going on? So, real quick, let's kind of talk about the ways to actually earn content in the game. First off, let's talk about ranking. Now, in this game, I am level 25. Now, in this game, as you are ranking up, you are given 2 different rewards. You are given legendary tokens, or you're giving a loot tick. However, as you're ranking up in this game, the further you rank up in this game, loot ticks get closer to few and far between every time you rank up. More than anything, every single time that you are going to be ranking up, you are going to be getting a legendary token reward and not a loot tick. Now, when you get to level 100, I know I'm not a level 100 yet, but when you get to max rank in just the regular base game ranking level, you don't get any loot ticks whatsoever. Loot ticks completely stop at a rank 100, the max level. You continue to still earn legendary tokens, but if you are wanting free content that this game could offer you with loot ticks, you do not get that at max rank. Alright, let's talk about the different crafting material and everything before we get into the battle pass, where you have the opportunity, the chance to actually unlock more content in this game, but really it's still behind a paywall. It's still hiding a lot of different things that are in this game to where you'd have to spend money to get. All right, so there's three different types of currencies that are in this game. Crafting material, which is probably about the rarest currency that you're gonna find in the game. You unlock this by the loot ticks. So you unlock, you get this by either earning a loot tick in game by ranking up, or actually paying $1 to how much you want to actually unlock that. So it's just kind of crazy to me that, whoo, man. Content in this game is just very scarce and it's very hard to come by, and with crafting materials in this game, only one way of being able to get crafting materials, it is just kind of a really crappy way if you're wanting to get all the content in this game. Next one is the legendary tokens. You get this by earning, ranking up throughout the game. Every time you rank up, depending on how well you do, you rank up to the next level, you unlock legendary tokens for yourself, and I believe it's 600 every time you rank up. Last thing is the Apex coins. These are in-dollar purchases. These are in-dollar money, real-world money you have to spend to get this currency. And really, Apex coins are really used for not only buying cosmetics in the store, but also loot ticks that actually give you content. It's just random content. You have no idea what you're going to be getting, but also too, those loot ticks have crafting materials. Before we get into the battle pass, let's go to the store. All right, so the store, here are the things you can buy in the store with real world money. You have different cosmetics that you can buy, or you can come over to the loot ticks and purchase these. Now, talking about the legendary tokens, there are two things you can buy with legendary tokens. You can buy a legend, which is either locked by either paying with real world money, or you can use legendary tokens to unlock them, or you can come over to the store, and if you have one of these things unlocked through maybe a loot tick, you got really lucky, or you purchased this for $18, you can then use those legendary tokens for these items over here. Now, you're going to see a lot of people, whether they're streaming or making content, that have a lot of legendary tokens, because really there's no point whatsoever to use these things. You can't buy loot ticks with them. You can't buy cosmetics with them besides the ones that are in the loot store that you first have to buy with Apex Coin, which is real world money. Again, another paywall that this game really hides all their content behind. Now, okay, if you're wanting to get the battle pass, you're wanting to get more content, as a free player, you are not getting a whole lot. You're getting some banners, you're getting some new things, kind of going through the content of this. You're getting new things, trackers and whatnot. You're getting at least one loot tick at level 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, and then at 30, you're getting no more items. As a free-to-play player, you're not getting any more items. When you reach 100, that is when you get your last thing, which is the badge, which, pretty much, if you're anybody, whether you're playing free-to-play or you're buying that, you're going to be getting it. So, to me, really, as a free-to-play player, if you're wanting to get content in your max rank, the season pass is not going to give it to you very much. Now, if you want to buy the season pass, you're getting a lot of content with it. That is up to you if you're wanting to spend, the $10 or $28 to actually rank up through this thing and get some of the cosmetics in this. Some of them are pretty generic. Some of them are really cool. The max rank is really neat to kind of get and see. But really, if you're wanting content in this game, and your max rank, the only way to do that is in the battle pass, but after that, really, there's no way to unlock some of the cosmetics in the game, and I'll kind of show you some examples. So Mirage, there's a lot of different cosmetics in this game that I would love to get from Mirage. I would love to get him this Ghost Machine cosmetic skin for him. However, I can't do it because I don't have the crafting materials. How do I get crafting materials? I have to buy a loot tick. And again, I'm getting closer to that max rank to where I'm not going to be getting any more loot ticks. I will tell you right now, I've spent over $60 in this game on PlayStation 4 as well as on Xbox One. And really, I've not come anywhere close to the amount of content that I got for that $60. That I got for the $60, the $100 I spent in Titanfall 2, with that game being 3 years old. I got more content in that game than I'm doing in this game, in a free-to-play game, and spending more than $60 in this game. Another thing I'll show you an example for, in Titanfall 2, that you had executions that were free in the game. You just had to earn them. You had to do different tasks in order to unlock them. However, in this game, you either get them by crafting materials, or you have to buy a loot tick. So to me, really, looking at Apex Legends right now, I am not I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the way that this game went. I get it. It's a free-to-play game. I get it right now that also the sales are down in this game. The amount of money that people are spending in this game is down, and that's mostly due to because the game's really expensive. I mean, look at this. $18 for a weapon skin, and you're looking back at Titanfall 2, which was a $60 game, and it was only $5 to get a weapon skin, which, again, I'm just saying, Apex Legends, these look really cool. These are really cool weapon skins. Back in Titanfall 2, they were okay, but man, these are really good. But $18? I don't think so. If you buy 3 legendary items in this game that's close to $60, you're buying pretty much a full price game, and you're only getting 3 weapon skins. So really, looking at Apex Legends, it is a rich man's game. If you have money, this is going towards you. One of the examples I can think of is Shroud, and this is nothing against Shroud. I have all the love for Shroud. This is nothing a hit towards him. He does very well for himself. He is able to earn a lot of money for himself, and he's able to spend it in this game. He's able to buy it because he earns a lot. He has a really good revenue for himself, and again, that's nothing to, towards him. He's doing very well. But he's pretty much the only person, or close to it, that can actually unlock all the content in this game. As an average Joe player, there is nowhere near. I'm gonna get nowhere near being able to unlock all the content that this game has to offer, and that really does suck. That sucks as somebody that is wanting to have different weapon skin, different cosmetics, different executions, to be able to customize my legend, customize my character, but it's hidden behind a giant paywall that I really don't think too many people really care for or like whatsoever. So really, I wanted to just do a quick comparison between the 2 games that Respawn has developed recently, one 3 years ago, one that was made this year, and kind of talk about what has happened to a free-to-play game where you have to spend hundreds of dollars to actually get the content that that game has to offer. Whether than, going back 3 years ago, spending $60 or $100, depending on what type of game content you got, and you got, you got everything. You got everything that game had to offer. Some challenges to unlock certain things, and some things you could pay for or not pay for. But this game doesn't offer that. Apex Legends does not offer it. The content that you get in this game, the stuff that you want to unlock to make your legend look cool, for a free-to-play game, you're looking at over hundreds of dollars to unlock content in it. So, guys, I would love to know from you, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about the changes of cosmetics, content that games hold back as a free-to-play game, unlike, looking back at, a 3-year-old game that was made by Respawn that didn't hide content whatsoever. It's just, to me, it just blows me away. So guys, let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you guys think about the content that's just kind of being held back from us as players. Please like and share this video. I would love to see what everybody else's opinion is about Apex Legends and kind of a comparison to Titanfall 2 back 3 years ago. I would love to see what everybody has to say about kind of what's going on in this game. Guys, thank you again so much for support. I love you guys. Thank you again. It's just been an amazing experience being a content creator and trying to give you guys some things to think about. So love you guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys all next time.